Hi guys. I know everybody's over at the Defember Q&A, and that is perfectly fine. I needed to jumpstart my mojo, so I'm sitting down to do some crafting. And now I have to figure out where to put my keyboard so I don't lose it when I need it back. Stay. So I needed to do my craft roulette card, and I looked and I thought, I don't really want to today. I just don't. And then I thought, but I need to. And I was looking at what the prompts were, and A2, that's easy. I make a lot of A2 cards. Fancy paper. That's, I think, to me, that's anything that is good quality paper. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be glitter, foil, whatever. Something from the mountain for element, and then holiday colors. So I remembered, not like I forgot, but I had just gotten the 49 in the market mystery box, and I have all of these. So two things happened. I thought I need to sort through these, and I look at them, and then I think there's tons of stuff up here from the mountains, trees. Santa's could be from the mountains. Wood and the frames could be, so lots of mountain stuff. Plus, this was the backer page for those ephemera. So I think I just found our part of our card front. So I just went and got all of my hold on, sorry, I just got a message. I just went and got out the stuff that was this packet from 49 in Market. That also means I get to look at the paper and check it all out, which makes me happy. And I think sometimes just getting out our stuff and seeing what we have is a good start to getting motivated. And look, there's more of that paper. I'm still using this though. It's free. Like, you know, I'm not throwing it away for sure. Santa. Oh, those Christmas trees. Hi, whoever just wandered in. Oh. Hi, Tina. You should be bourbon trailing. I just needed the motivation of making a video to get my button gear. Oh. My printer is acting a fool, and my husband just walked in. Hi, partner in crime. Ooh, look at that. My keyboard just came flying at me because I have to put it someplace I can find it again, but it's always in the way. Right. All these papers are just gorgeous. This is the stuff I got duplicates of, by the way. Wink, wink. Yeah. Is that the one you meant, that blue Santa? I like kind of different color. Anyway, so what got me started is I need to do my craft roulette card, and our prompts are A2, from the mountain, holiday, and fancy paper, and I was not feeling it for reason. And awesome special delivery friend. I thought, looked at these were on my desk still, and I'm like, I can do this. So this is the backer page that the ephemera came on. I yoinked out an A2 card base. Of course, it's not right here where I had it. Here it is, out of my stash that I already had cut, and I'm going to slap some stuff on it. And then I also decided I was going to make this to put my ephemera in when I was done. And I may cut these back some so that you can see your ephemera, but I just put 3 envelopes together and I'm going to cover it in the pretty paper. And no, nothing is ever where we put it, or it is where we put it, but we just have forgotten where the place we put it was because we're slackers like that. So this flap, I think I'll tuck in. But so an ephemera holder after I make the card, I guess. So just this is the background, and then we'll layer up on it. And I'm not real worried that this is the prettiest card I've ever made. I'm not worried that it wins any awards. I just feel like I needed to be doing something. And at about 3 seconds, the dogs will be barking because my brother-in-law just pulled in the driveway. And his truck is loud and the dogs will protest loudly. So 5.5, so 5 1/4 would be a card front by 4. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Right? Gotta be moving. Okay, more people have snuck in on us. So holiday colors, and is trash that I'm recycling, is that fancy paper? I think so. I see you. I figured it would be light since people are watching the Defember Q&A, but I don't see going over there to find out what we're going to all find out. Like when we talk about Defember later, we'll all know. I'll know when I know. That's kind of my thing with that kind of thing. I don't have a bunch of questions. Just roll. That's my plan. Roll with it. Let's see what we have. Shall we use a frame? So is your friend also a crafter? I know she's a nurse. Hi, Terry. Thank you for not lurking anymore. It's creepy. No, I'm just kidding, people who are lurking. It's perfect. I lurk all the time. I put on videos and then go do other stuff. So lurking is a side hustle for me. Now see, this is where I start to be like, well, I want to use this, but it's too pretty and I don't want to waste it. I'll use it in a journal. Oh, you just got here. I see. Ooh, that's cute. But again, that's a pocket for a journal. Uh-oh, we could actually, you think we should do a pocket on a card? I don't necessarily know that we need all the little foldies for the pocket on a card. When does what actually happen? I've forgotten already what I was talking about. ADHD plus the lag means I don't have a clue what's going on about a third of the time. By the time it gets discussed, by the time you guys hear it. Yes, a pocket, definitely. That's, I sort of, once I decided that was. Oh, when do we actually use the thing? Is that what you're talking about? Well, at least we're a hot mess together, Tina. So, Terry, you may not know this, but Tina was sending me a book, so she messaged me, and then we were talking, and she has a grandson who has special needs, so we were talking and have some similar life experiences that have, like, it's kind of cool how you find people in strange places, like, you know, Who Thinks a Crafting Chat is where you're going to find somebody who's been through some of the shit you've been through. I don't want to glue it down yet. And I may take the little flaps off. That there. Should the pocket be flowering? Yeah, I'm taking the flaps off. They're annoying me. In a journal, I would want that depth, but I do not want it here. What is your friend's name so I stop calling her friend, Tina? What's her face? I feel like that's kind of true, Tina. Sometimes it's the case, you know, like, and yesterday was one of those days where I have friends who we don't talk for ages because we have lives, and especially my horsey friends. But yesterday, people who I hadn't heard from for months, who, you know, they were sending me photos they had of rain from horse shows, and like it's just kind of a cool thing when people come around when you need them. And it was not that it was a cool day, but like, you know, my hairstylist, I was due to get a haircut anyway. She offered to change it, or she said, come over and, you know, just hang. And I did. And then my husband came there instead of us going out for his birthday dinner. And we then went and had dinner and a drink or 4. And I've learned that since I lost weight, I can't drink as much as I used to. Not that I ever drank a lot, but back in the day, 3 or 4 drinks would not have made me as goofy as I was yesterday. Okay, well, I'm always goofy, but like extra goofy. So let's do a red one. This can go in there and then we'll decorate it. What do you think? And if you didn't see what I just did with I shouldn't have done it with that part, because if you take your like little ink spot or whatever, and then ink yourself, if you use this part, like, then you don't damage the sponge on your ink pad. By the way, if I start swatting it, what seems to be nothing, there is a gnat over here that's really honking me off. Oh, also, because yesterday was sad, I got my nails did. Rain would have approved. She liked her hooves shiny, so she would understand. So I'm going to go ahead and tack that down since I've decided on that. And hi, Teresa. I had a minute where I thought you were saying Terry's full name was Teresa. And then I'm like, well, how did I not know that? But then, so I don't have a hangover, but what I think happens after I have had a few drinks is that my ADHD, I can not control it as much the next day. Like, it's like somehow I lost, well, I just smeared some ink. Let's pretend I did on purpose. Let's do more. See, Teresa, this is what we do if we mess up. Thank you. It's been an adjustment because green is not my favorite color. And I would love to do red nails for Christmas, but I'll tell you a secret about being a dog groomer. You can't have red nails because every time, so pretend I'm holding a dog's leg like this and there's hair. Every time my finger turns and I see red, I think either I or the dog is bleeding. Too much sugar probably. And yesterday, like, I got up and I got donuts for everybody at work after we found Rain dead. And we had donuts, and then I had my normal Saturday morning Starbucks fix. And then we got our nails done. And my sister said we should have second Starbucks because it's a sad day, which seems now like not the best idea, but probably made me survive the drinking. And so we had a lot of sugar yesterday, and we don't usually eat that much sugar. So let's see what else we have in here. So one of the main reasons I'm making a folder for this stuff is I hate the sound of the plastic. I mean, there's a little part of me that likes it because it's the sound of new stuff. But overall, I do not. Look at this little file folder thing. Happiest. Okay, I need to keep these out because I'm going to put, but I needed the red one. I hope I left the red one out. We'll find something if not. Ah, guys, look. Not necessarily. So she'll go straight up, I assume straight up 65. So we could either meet in Edinburgh, which is a little bit further for me, but there's a cool mall there. Or if she goes up and when she hits 65 going through Indy, she'll actually possibly get rerounded around 465. At 465 there, when it hits I-70, is directly in line with me. So wherever there she wants to. So it'd be like Canby, Indiana, would what she put on her, Canby or Plainfield. And then anywhere around there that's closest to the interstate she wants to meet, I'll meet her there. Or you there, Teresa. Sorry, I forgot you're sitting there listening like I'm being rude. So I'm halfway separating these by size so that I can, of course, that's going to work out so well. What do you think? Should he go in the pocket? Or should we see if there's a prettier Santa? I kind of dig him. He'll go over here as a possibility. So I'll take him out because I don't think he'll go in. Oh, look at the lilies. Is that a lily? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I will. So have her look, though, to see if it's taking her 65 or 465 once she gets to Indy, and then I'll know without sending her out of her way. Not that it would be more than 2 miles, because I think 65 still is having a lot of construction. Oh, that's hilarious. So you're on the phone with her. Well, haha. Hi, Teresa. Anyway, these are fun. Peace on Earth. Trim the tree. More flowers. Uh-oh, another Santa option. I'll put the flowers and Santas over here for the pocket. Do we need... Oh, okay. So I'm not going to photocopy these because that would be rude. But I think I'm going to make some digitals kind of like this. So we'll need to think of other 5-letter words that are Christmassy. Santa, jolly, merry. Just make little bingo printable for a freebie on Ko-fi, because that could be fun. And I'm also going to add like something similar to this for a printable, because I want people to be able to make this little book that I made, even if they can't get these playing cards. So which of these? I don't think we do. Well, we can, because we're doing a bunch of other. Which of these do we put in the pocket? And a Merry Christmas. Sing a joyful song. Oh, sorry. I'm going to be real annoyed if these don't all have 25 on them. Are you serious? Do none of them have 25 on? That was a missed opportunity, you dorks. And they're literally all the same numbers. Somebody was not thinking. Maybe the star is supposed to be 25, but come on, 25. I'm very disappointed. The jolliest. Happy holidays. Love this favorite. These are so pretty. You sure you don't want me to send you some goodies? It's kind of funny and like a I can't believe people get paid for this, and nobody thought, not one person went, where's the 25? Because if there was a 25, I was going to put a red ink dauber on it. Hello, December. Tags, memories. Oh. It's a Wonderful Life. So yesterday, I forget, I was making some sort of joke, and somebody was like, I'm glad you're, and that is how I deal. I'm a humor-based human, you know? So my friend who had come out this past summer, and while my young green horse had been needing some training, had come out, and she'd ridden Rain, who was my old faithful, but Rain was, for everything amazing about her, she was a nag. And like, if you didn't make her do what you wanted her to do, she wasn't going to do it. So like, in spite of the fact that she'd been her whole life a trail horse, I had trained her to do 3-day eventing. She crossed creeks, ran through water. We went trail riding, and she made Kathy get down and lead her across a creek because she was refusing to go. And I mean, like, she was kicking and yelling and hollering and hooting, and it was hilarious that she had to fight that hard with her. So yesterday I told her, I'd let her know Rain had passed away, and she said, she was such a good horse. I'm like, you called her cow at least five times that day. She's like, that's true. And I said, and for me, mourning her means mourning that she was a stubborn thing. She wasn't going to go without you making her go, and she wasn't going to work any harder than she had to because she was half draft horse. So, why is this stuff so fun for us? Like, what is wrong with us that this is? I mean, I don't know that it's something wrong with us, but now I have to decide between all those different Santas. Sorry about sitting here while I sort through these. Although, I don't know, it's like being able to look at the people's goodies without having to spend the money is nice sometimes too. Welcome back, Terry. Yes, we do like pretty things and grungy things and silly things and things. We like things. Oh, dear Sam. Okay. I have all the little guys over here, and I'm going to go ahead and put those guys in an envelope of some sort so they don't go flying, because I know me. I've met me. I'm going to do something, and those will be across the room. So I sort of decided that the reason I like Pam's show and some of the other videos so much is that it's real people crafting, and not, like when I watch something that's too edited, I mean, is that the correct word? Then I feel like that's not realistic, and none of us can do that. Right? I think, for me, it's just some days you just got to get up and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And this, no, can't put a frame on it now that I've done this pocket thing. And we're going to, sometimes this pretty paper is the thing that I get out of bed for in the morning. Not that, anything is so horrible I don't want to get out of bed. Don't anybody go freaking out. My doctor, does the every year, they ask questions like, "Do you feel like hurting yourself?" And I'm like, I have too big of a to-do list for that. So, not that I'm saying anybody with any issues doesn't. I have plenty of. Okay, so do I need the background if I use this Santa? Let's see. I'm going to poke him there. Scream at me when I get it right, guys. Okay, that's going to need something behind it that makes it not the wrong color. Oh yeah, we have to get in. Let us put this in the back like so. And then maybe we will use a slightly smaller Santa. On the pocket? Okay. This flower is huge, so this one, yeah, see, overtakes it. And I think they don't have many small. And I didn't get any red flowers with that deal. What do you think, these guys? This is 49 in Market. I got a mystery box. You'll have to look at the unboxing because I got this ephemera kit, this entire collection pack, and a whole crap ton of other stuff, including, hold on, are you ready to die of cute? Oh, I wonder if those green will work. Hold on. Freaking fabric washi. I don't know if this green goes with this. And I got these essentials tickets. These are not, it's not a dark enough green. This is why fat fingers annoy me. Yeah. But if you didn't have these, you could use that. All right. You guys like these little flowers or no? Right, Terry? And the hummingbird butterfly, that fabric paper, I also got a 6x8 of the paper that goes with that. So check out the unboxing. Oh my gosh. Please leave me alone. My computer just decides middle of nowhere to always tell me I need to update something, and it drives me nuts. Like, I'm busy. Leave me alone. I guess it can't message me when I'm not here, but go away. Just update crap if you need. Flowers or no? Yeah, I know the daisies aren't working for me, but I don't have anything else to go with the little guy. I guess he could be alone. I don't have any leaves or anything good going. Scissors. See if I can make him some leaves. Well, that is a real stinny leaf. I guess I could also, I don't know. Yeah, I guess he could be oversized, or I could... Okay, everybody avert your eyes. I just don't want him overpowering the pocket. Like, that's the problem with it being an A2 sized card, is we don't have a lot of wiggle room. I am not sure what my husband is doing down at my sister's tiny house right now, but hammers are involved. We got yesterday set us behind on our construction schedule, and she has to be out of her house by the weekend. Not today, but next weekend. The place she's been renting. So we have to at least get the back room done so she can move her stuff in. Because of course she can stay up here. But stuff, we have to get some stuff in there. Go away. So she did this when she did my nails yesterday. She did some squoval thing that I like, but isn't necessarily. What do you think? Better? Oh no. Have a great day, Terry. Sorry that sucks. And sorry you have to go adult, Terry. That's really crap. Okay. Slap him on there. Go away, guys. Trying not to make sure I don't accidentally glue the pocket closed, you know. I refilled my glue bottle, and this is the actual Nuvo glue and not my normal art glitter glue, and it does not hold as quick, so I just slid that. It has its advantages, but with what you're used to is the main thing. Okay. Slap this guy on. Sorry, I am grabbing an ink blender. Thanks, Tina. So, what is the bourbon tour thing? You go to different places that make bourbon, or do you just go to a pub and drink until you pass out, or both? I don't recommend the latter. We're too old for that crap. I guess the good news is it's easier to get us to drink till we pass out at our age. Actually, I was in Australia in 1995, and that's the last time I was so drunk that friends had to help me back to where I needed to go for the evening. I don't remember much of that. The funniest part of that, though, is that I still, no matter how much I have drank, and which I'm not a big drinker, but I always drink plenty of water. And so the next day people are like, "How you feeling?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm fine. Thanks for asking." Because you only have to learn that lesson one time, or you should only have to Learned that lesson one time. Oh, here, I'll scooch up because I'm out of frame. So all these little flowers that are in this and this and some other stuff is this lady that was selling out her craft stash. I got like I was buying it piecemeal, and then I'm like, why don't you make a list of what you have and then give me a number and I'll just come get it, because if I don't want it, I'll find somebody who does. So do I put him outside the pocket because he's kind of big? IV fluids, just heck, this is the importance of having a nurse as a friend. I briefly dated a firefighter, and it was a very handy thing to have somebody who had IV fluids on hand. Uh-oh. Okay. Where'd my ticket go? There he is. Crack. Now I'm throwing stuff. Hadn't really thought about this year's, also the year's 25. So, I mean, I knew that, but I just it hadn't like clicked into my brain as a thing to, let's see. I thought we needed more reds, so I got that out. I'm going to cut him a little shorter because we won't see the bottom. So what do we want to say that we want for Christmas on our tag? No pony. Indoor arena. Free. Hey, what every horse person wants. Do not touch the back until you get in there. Uh-oh. I want to be able to read it. Uh-oh. Somebody come in and upset fellow. I guess now I can tack that down since it's driving me nuts. It's weird to have stuff that, since I'm a junk journaler, to tack down pockets like that. It's not an actual pocket. I don't want to cover up the jolly. I don't want the green there either. And I put away all the other little things. Okay. All right. Does it have to have a sentiment to be a greeting card? At least on the front. Yes, hippopotamus should definitely have been on my list. So I bought a shirt for my son because it's one of his favorite, for Duncan, it's one of his favorite songs, the I Want a Hippopotamus. And I have a friend who her farm is called happy hippo or something like, so happiness is a pink hippo or something was what she said when she was a kid. So I got her a shirt that says, I want a hippopotamus. It says I want, and then a hippopotamus picture for Christmas. It does not have to have a sentiment. So does it need anything else? It feels kind of done, and then I'm going to cut a little strip for the inside. So what time do you guys go out for your stuff? Oh, if you're a trimmer aficionado, Terry, and you don't have this trimmer, which is also, it's the same as the Spellbinders one, I believe. If you don't, this trimmer on, I think it's Tuesday, starting at midnight, will be like 40% off. The funniest thing about that is I had a friend, she passed away of cancer a few years ago, but she hated that song. I don't know why. And every year I would call her and like spam it on her phone. And then it was her ringtone on my phone. Because I don't know how you could hate it, because it's hilarious. Well, I guess that's more a reasonable time of day to start drinking than, 10 o'clock. You guys are Central Standard, right? Not Eastern. Indiana's stupid. We're on Eastern, even though we should be Central, and we voted against daylight savings, and then our governor at the time still did that. Freaking Mitch Daniels, kiss my butt. We literally had a vote on the ballot, and everybody said, no, we don't want to do it. We've never done it. We're not going to do it. And he did it anyway. I'm going to call it. I think it's good enough. And the pony thing makes it funny. So I do love this ephemera pack. And I think we shall decorate our little ephemera folder. All right, let me pick a piece of paper to start with our ephemera folder. Or I'm going to use some paper that's less thick than this because I want it to flex. I can use that for additional decoration, but I'm going to yoink out my A, less expensive, and B, less thick paper. And I have a bunch of Christmas paper. Like, I have a Christmas paper problem. That. Who else has a Christmas paper problem? Terry, do you have a Christmas paper problem? Or are you a different holiday? You have a little of everything for all the holidays. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how we got on Eastern, because we are definitely, we're directly south of Chicago, directly north of, everybody else in line with us, east to west is Central. So it's literally that somebody decided that it was better financially for the state to be on the same time as New York City, I guess. I'm not sure how that works, how one decides when it should just be latitude or longitude. Longitude. 12. So start with 12. I don't know why I'm measuring past that when that's how long the paper is. By 8 3/4. Well, on the edge, so 8 1/2. So do you know where Olive Hill, Kentucky is? Tina? Feels like there could have been a better way to do this than what I'm doing, but I'll leave this one big and leave the flat so we can close it. All right, let's cover this side. You guys move out of the way for just a minute. I'm trying to make you a house. By the way, this is just 3 envelopes stuck together using their own adhesive, and I wasn't worried about additional adhesive because once I decorated it, it was going to be all the additional adhesive. Did you say if you knew where Olive Hill was, Tina? That's where my grandma and her family were from. It's beautiful there, and but you have to. It was such a long trip. When I was a kid, we'd go to see my great grandma down there, and it was it felt like forever away to get there. But we got to drive through the mountains, and we'd stop and fill up I remember one year what we had to fill up in the car, because we didn't have water bottles back then, just carrying around. We had a Diet Pepsi can that we put some spring water in, and my brother and I started singing the Diet Water song, because it was a Diet Pepsi can. And I wonder, it's one of those things, I still remember it distinctly, but I wonder if my brother if I asked him if he remembers a Diet Water song, if he would remember it or not. Because some things become are an important memory for you, and then you talk to somebody else and they're like, I don't remember that. I kind of want to take my kids out there because there's some beautiful caves out that way. But man, even at this age, they're such a pain in the butt in the car. I don't know if it's just if my parents wanted to murder me when we used to drive places or not. Or maybe it was the fact that I knew my parents would murder me if I acted like a fool in the car. But we drive places, and every time I'm like, I am not doing that again anytime soon. So we've gone to Cincinnati is the furthest we've gone, and that's not very far because they start, fighting with each other and, doing the kid thing. And maybe it's all the years of raising a special needs kids. I want my neurotypical kids to do better. Let's see. I think I'm going to overlap it so we're not on this seam. So I'm just going to cut it at the end of that happiest. How's that for measuring? Ah! I've been cutting. I was cutting 2 sheets of paper that whole time, guys. By guys, I mean you, Tina. That's funny. I also wrote a song when I was in grade school that my friend was stealing the. She wasn't trying to steal, but in my mind, she was trying to steal the guy I had a crush on. Which, I mean, I'm talking second grade. It's ridiculous. And I wrote a song to the Coke is it or whatever jingle for that guy, and like I still am just mortified that I was such a dork. I am still a dork, but it's different now. Othello is mad. I'm trying to decide. It's not a journal. I don't need additional pockets. Cut it out, Cheryl. I was ready to make that a pocket and trying to figure out where to stop it at. And I feel like I can't do anything normal once I started making junk journals. Now I'm like, everything's a pocket. Everything can be, I can save it. I can turn it into something new. LBL. What's LBL? I'm missing it. Oh my gosh. Apparently I have a clump of glue clogging up my crap over here. And I'm too stubborn to take this to clean it out. Go in and go away, clump. Oh, Land Between the Lakes. So, my aunt's husband, so my uncle growing up, was a professor at Moorhead University. He was one of my favorite people. He was very cool. I was kind of the kid, like, I hung out with the adults more than the kids. You know, I used to sit and read with my grandpa. And I mean, I played with the other kids, but sometimes I just thought they were dorks and that I should hang out with the adults. I think that probably means that I was the dork, but it is what it is, right? Well, I cut these pages. I'm going to use them how they are. I can't believe I cut that. There was 2 pages there. It was thin enough paper I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh. Blue bottle, we're going to fight. If they had eagles before, they should have more. We've actually increased the population of eagles in the last 20 years nationwide. Indiana had basically lost all our eagles, and we put a few breeding pairs in a county just south of me, and they are now here, and we have, I think, 10 or 15 breeding pairs just in our county. But I still get so excited when I see an eagle in the wild because I grew up, they were gone. You know, you only saw them at the zoo. That's pretty. Let's see. Well, that means this piece should fit here. See, we just roll with it, right? And here is my measuring. Poor Othello puppy has to be in a kennel because he's rotten. Buzzards. Are they buzzards or turkey vultures? I don't think we have buzzards here. I don't know what birds you might have that we don't, though. I think turkey vultures are beautiful. I mean, obviously their heads aren't the prettiest thing in the world, but I mean, They're huge and they're kind of cool. And oh, that's really cool. Let me make sure not to accidentally glue the flap in, because I put maybe glue to the edge there. And I don't need this to be perfect. I just sort of wanted something thrown together that I could put my stuff in and not feel yuck about. Also, I find it lets me play with my paper extra. And I have, like I said, I have such a freaking stash of Christmas paper that I could probably do Christmas crafts every day for the rest of my life and not use it all. And so using up some like this, because, you know, then I start looking and I'm like, well, that has snowflakes on it, so I could use it in my Frosty the Snowman little golden book, and I don't want to use it for anything else. And that's just ridiculous. We can't keep it all. Oh, as I was saying, this trimmer is going to be on sale if you are looking for a trimmer. If you're not, avoid this conversation. But I'm going to buy a new one because mine has a crack here like this. If you're using it roughly, this will pop right out of where that little spot, it's been dropped. And blades will also be on sale. And I don't know that they've ever put them 40% off. So I'm buying it because currently I have something in, like, if I'm traveling, I have like a trimmer that I like in my go bag. But I will be able to move this one, which I love, but has a slight flaw, to my go bag. And I'll be able to keep the other here on my desk and lose it like I lose everything. Okay. I don't think I'm going to, it'd give me stability if I decorated the inside, but I don't think I need to. I mean, I do have these inside decorations, or no. Who's your mama? I also am a Hoosier. Where are you at? I mean, I'm not for stalking reasons, curiosity. You can give me a rough estimate of where you're at. Oh, I'm in Martinsville. So we are super duper close. Tina here is sending up goodies to Indianapolis on Wednesday to me. She found a little golden book that I had been eyeballing. And so her friend who's traveling through is running through here. Ah! Do not do that. That's often what kind of crafting do you do? I always need more stability. I don't know that I'm going to get it from my paper, Tina. And who's your mama? Forgive the woofing in the background. I have a almost 11-month-old puppy who is in his crate because Dad is outside working, and he is not at all happy about it. Just started on the junk journals. Well, right now I'm making an ephemera holder, but you could easily make a junk journal just like this. This is 3 envelopes slapped together, and we're decorating. And we made a craft roulette Christmas card from the goodies from my 49 and Market box. Oh, speaking of which, have you been down to Wishful Thinking in Nashville? They have some awesome stuff. Also, if you're just getting started in journals and you're here in Indy, before you go buy anything crazy, just seriously let me know. I have a boatload of stuff, and I am the kind of person who I don't mind sharing my goodies. So I need a piece of paper that does not, oof, no thank you. It's a pretty paper, but it does not go with that. This blue is going to make it harder to match something. Because yeah, see, because I have just the same one. Well, I am like all of us. We're always learning. We're always continuing to learn. And I've realized there's a lot more people who are coming around and that are asking, the basics. And I don't mind backing up and talking and telling people what they need to be doing, or not what they need to be doing as if they need to be told, but like helping people out getting started, because we all have to start someplace. So right now I'm just using up some of my thinner papers to cover this, because if you've done scrapbooking and all that, you know that papers come in all different kinds of, thicknesses. And this is paper, like printer paper thickness. And this is good for covering stuff that you want to still bend. Whereas my paper that is the ephemera I'm putting away, this 49 and Market stuff, is almost like, I would say it's slightly less than 65-pound cardstock, but it is thick, and you would not want to try to cover. If you had to cover with that, you would want to do just the sections, because you wouldn't be able to go over seams. Crease it. Well, and with you, I wouldn't even have to Happy Mail. I could just meet you at like Greenwood Park Mall and hand you a bunch of crap, because. So my sister lives in Greenwood. My son's doctor is in like Carmel area. So, and yesterday I was in Bargersville, because that's where my cousin lives. So while I live down here in the middle of nowhere, I travel quite a bit. And my oldest child is severely mentally handicapped, and he lives in Mooresville. So I'm over there. I also work over there. So I'm there every day. So right now I'm just covering this folio kind of, it's an ephemera holder that's made out of envelopes. And most of my envelopes I have gotten at the Goodwill. I have so many envelopes. Again, it's another one of those things that if I crafted every day and used envelopes, I would not run out before I died. Because I go to Goodwill, I find a box of envelopes, I grab them because, it's $1 for a box of envelopes or whatever. And then I have more. But if you wanted to turn this, instead of an ephemera holder, into a journal, it would literally be as simple as putting in a signature here. And I know that sounds daunting if you're brand new. And I just realized I've been doing this. Tina, what is your problem? You didn't even tell me I haven't had my light on this whole time. It's crafting in the dark. It's sunny enough outside that I can see fine, but I looked up at the camera and I'm like, it looks like I'm in a dungeon. So, so much of junk journaling is using stuff that you consider junk. So we tend to get caught up in, like, you watch, everybody says you have to have distress ink, and everybody says you have to have, you don't. You do not have to. I have some distress inks I'm just as likely to use. So I get these in the paper pumpkins. I actually have full-size inks, but I get these out more often than not, because I can set 5 of them on my desk and not have a bigger mess than usual. And now something for the flappy. I know I had another scrap piece of one of those. Yeah. And there's very little precision required for junk journaling. So, you know, this is sometimes how we measure. Everything, you know, if I'm doing a mini album, I'm going to be more precise with my measurements. If I'm doing something for somebody else, I'm going to be more precise with but if it's for my ephemera holders, like some of my other ephemera holders, like I made them for me. So they're held together with kind of yucky Velcro, not decorated. They're just sort of thrown in here. But it's still prettier than it just being sitting in an envelope, or way less annoying than when it's in its plastic wrapping. Shoot, Tina. I didn't mean to hit I wasn't shooting you. I was, I hit my mouse somehow. Oh, because it's right there with my trimmer. The paper pumpkin, I believe, is 20. Here, phone. I will look for you because I don't trust myself. I do know that they're having a sale, and I can't. December 1st. There's like a prepaid option. You get a deal. And hold on. So you can buy it by monthly, like subscriptions. It's $27 a month. And I'm trying to remember if they are doing the thing where you can prepay and it's cheaper in the sale. I'll let you know when the sale is going to be. Let me see what it says. So you would go to my page and then look up paper pumpkin and it'll explain. Shipping included. So $27 including shipping. Uh-oh. I don't even know which M word I said. Usually it's the F word or something I've dropped. And I'll tell you I'll message you about the sale or whatever. Because I don't remember, because I already and I'm not going to cancel my subscription just to do a prepaid. You know, I got to find the fold line again. Oh, measure. Oh, sorry. I'm like, wait a minute. I know we're not supposed to say clean or work. And then on this side, I'm just going to put it on and trim around it because come on, at least be north of the little line there. Thank you. Yeah. And like, you know, there's a ton of tools. Okay. Who's your mama? What is your, if you don't mind telling us your first name? Some of us stay anonymous on here. Some of us don't, and that is perfectly fine. Whatever you feel comfortable with. If you meet people here, a lot of them have come here from the Ginger Cat Lady After Dark group, and we are all like, we've become like a little extra family for each other. Debbie. Awesome. Wait, was it Debbie Gibson that did that Who's That Girl song, or was that a Madonna song? Because now that'll be in my head forever now, thinking of you. Who's Your Mama? I had a moment at first when I saw Who's Your Mama. One of my cousins one of her handles is something similar to that. All right. All of that work to put my ephemera away. I do know, Debbie, that we are doing, I say we, like I'm a main character, but oh my goodness. It's Crafting Community, Junk Journal Community UK or something on Facebook, but the vintage button is one of the people, myself. There's going to be a Junk Journal January where we're doing prompts and stuff. So that's the kind of thing that is a good way to start in junk journaling is, following some prompts so that when they're like, use an envelope, and it helps you kind of get started. Or you just fling stuff together like a crazy person like I do. But I'm going to be involved in that this year. Oh, awesome. Is she in town, Martinsville, or out here in the country with us chickens? I always don't really worry about, doxing myself, like my address and stuff, because if you can find me out here, then you've done well. Me too. I'm out, like, if you know where Hunter's Honey Farm is, if your sister's from around here, then you have a general idea of where I'm at. So great. Tina, now look, I have to wrap this thing too. By the way, junk journaling becomes a real problem for us because then you feel the need to do everything junk journalified. That's a new word, by the way. Ew. How are you torn? I'm going to glue it down, so I'll just do the front. Yeah, so I went to Eminence High School, moved away, studied in Purdue, went overseas, came back, lived in Mooresville for a few years, decided I was sick of boarding my horses, moved back out. Basically, I have to drive past the house my father built to get to my house now. So I came full circle, apparently. Also, another cool thing about junk journaling is you can just rip your paper. So if you're just getting into this is the fun stuff. You're going to put this down. It's a pocket. It's, a little pouch. And I can decide to glue it on two sides, and then it's another pocket. So everything can be a pocket if you're determined enough. Let me get my hole punch. Oh, speaking of which, Tina, I have to make either ATCs or coins for Cindy's channel for a swap. Do I do circles or triangles? Oh, are you going to not fit in there because you're fat? Nothing personal, Punch. I also am not skinny. So if I said there was one thing you should invest in as you're doing your getting into junk journaling, first of all, I wouldn't have put this. I should not have put that pattern right next to that one, but it's fine. Find a glue you love and use it. I think it has to, in this case, Tina, it has to be a coin or an ATC. So coin is a 2.5-inch circle or whatever the size is. I never can remember what the ATC size is because I don't do it often enough. But I've never done the circle one, so it seems kind of interesting. But I also, because I've never done the circle one, I sort of want it. So what kind of crafting did you do before this? And is it ADHD that brought you to where we are now, Debbie? Because I feel like that's how life works with us. Like, I think the number of us who have ADHD that have come to junk journaling because we're like, that is right up my alley. Well, I said circle or rectangle, Goofy. Did you hear triangle? Did I say triangle? I was, inebriated last night, but I thought I was sober today. For the record, Debbie, I'm not a routinely inebriated human. Last night was an occasion. And Tina's about to be a very inebriated human because she's doing the Bourbon Trail today. I did say triangle. Am I on crack or what? Also, again, not actually on crack. You're from Indiana. I think that's a pretty common thing that we say around here. We probably shouldn't. I know my friend group started saying it in college when one of our friends' grandmas, literally anytime anybody did anything even the slightest bit off, she wanted us to all do drug tests because we must be on crack if we're acting like that. I have a feeling later I'm going to have to cut that down to get to my stuff, and I'm going to regret putting it in there, but for now, makes me happy. Why does it not want to fit in now? What are you catching on? So I got all these goodies at that Wishful Thinking in Nashville. They have the 49 and Market mystery box, which if you look at my channel, I did an unboxing of all the goodies I got. And all of these little ephemeras are from it. And for something like you're just starting junk journaling, a mystery box is good because you don't have to like, what do I need? This. You just go and you get some stuff, and then you let the stuff kind of guide what you're going to do. Yeah, because look. I love it. Oh, that actually goes really pretty there. I'm going to use it on an actual project and not my ephemera container. Like, so we make functional stuff, and then we have to decorate the functional stuff, and then we have to buy more stuff to decorate, to put in the thing that we had to decorate with. That was a lot. I don't even understand what I just said, so I apologize. Tina, did you watch the unboxing? I think you did. I don't do a lot of edited videos or anything, real detailed. I sort of just play, and people who come along for the ride come along for the ride. But the whole point of this was that I could get, stupid thing, don't fly out of there. I put my ephemera up on my shelf and it not be all over my desk. Uh-oh, missed one. Missed two. Okay, it was more than two. It was a bunch. This Mente paper. Yeah, Tina, the 49 and Market box. I cut up some of the Mente paper just for kicks. I just cut it to do cards, and it is. I just cut it 4x6s, and then I cut out the cut aparts. These ones are just patterns, so the cutouts didn't become very impressive. The 4x6s weren't that impressive, but with the cut aparts on them, they're going to be cool. But look at this. I don't have to do crap to that. It's basically a card already. All I had to do was make sure I was doing it the right way. Look, it's the crinkle-eyed Santa that I cannot explain why that man reminds me of my I mean, it's obviously not meant to look like my grandpa, but it does. So some of these, like this one cut out and it ended up being, but with cut aparts on it. But look. Boop. What on earth? Apparently, I got glue on the edge of that. So, and I know a lot of people are, I don't really love people on stuff. So this isn't my favorite one, but I'm going to try to think about who on my Christmas card list will think that is super rad and send it to them. But I just made myself sit down and cut it because, you know, if not, I'll just hoard it and never cut into it. So the cut aparts are gorgeous. So especially on the pattern ones, slapping these onto it. Hi, Anna Marie. How are you? I cannot believe how much snow you guys have. We have a new friend here. Who's your mama is Debbie. And she lives approximately 20 miles from me, which is a hoot. Like, I also am a Who's Your Mama. Anna Marie, where? I'm trying to think where you're at. It's not Norway. Where are you located? You'll have to tell me again. My brain is broke. Norway? It is Norway. Then you should have told me I could get that pony yesterday. Did you see what he was? She is. Her name is Sira. And she's a Norwegian fjord. Tell me what Sira means. S-I-R-A. All of the names that this breeder uses are all Norwegian. So, see, everybody else told me that I couldn't be sad and buy a baby horse, that it was not a good idea. Okay, hold on. Find my keyboard. Did you not see her photo last night, Anna Marie? I sent it to the chat. Of course, I'm going to have a freaking GoFundMe for her to buy her if I do decide to. Okay, no significance, just yeah, like she actually is, both of her sire and her dam have English names because they were not bred by Wonder Fjords. They were bred by a different group. And they just, so her parents are Hunter and Erica, which are some crap Norwegian fjord names, but it is what it is. Here, I'll show you. She has some burrs in her in this photo. But what's it? Oh, that was Rain. And then this was Sierra the day she was born. So So I've started this little journal, and I'm probably not going to work on it today because, yeah, in the after chat, Anna, yesterday I lost my old mare, Rain. I found her dead in the pasture in the morning, so I hope she went peacefully. And then later in the evening, when I said I was sad and I was going to buy a baby horse, Tina told me I had to go to bed. Yeah, it's some crap, but you know, having animals means letting your heart be open to something that can hurt you, and it is what it is. I'm glad I didn't have to. She didn't get old and infirmed, and she took, most times with animals like that, we have to make decisions that are really hard, and she took that pain away from me. So that was kind of her. And I told Karen yesterday that horses are angels that loan us their wings for a short time. So she took her wings back. So I'm not at all like a religious person in that way, but like, I think she's still here with me someplace. So anyway, these little, they were playing cards. I just set the cards to the side that I'm obviously going to use in junk journals that I got at the Dollar Tree. Because I remember thinking, I thought we were friends, Tina. So this little box, I had one that was Frosty the Snowman, and I layered it on some cardstocks and started. I need to find some sort of skinny ribbon for here. But I'm going to do this one later this week, and I'm going to make a freebie on my Ko-fi with this, and then we came up with some bingo cards earlier on a Marit. Well, we didn't come up. 49 and Market had some, and I decided that they had missed a good opportunity to make sure 25 was on the bingo card for Christmas. But I'm going to make a couple of little freebies so that maybe we can make some of these little tiny. I don't know why I love tiny journals. Oh, that is awesome. Silkies are awesome, but they're crazy. Like, I had other chickens and silkies, and the silkies would just stay out. White, floofy silkies would just stay outside on the side of the barn. And I swear to God, wear a sign that said, "Coyotes, please come eat me." So I would have to freaking find all the silkies and bring them back in. So whatever we've done to make them floofy has taken away their ability to self-regulate. So like my other chickens, if they didn't get into the hen house, they would hide. No, not the silkies. They were like, "I'm too pretty to eat," and then did. Yeah, Anna Marit, the fjords are awesome, but like around here, just a foal is $7,000. And by the time they're 3 or 4-year-olds, it's insane. I cannot. My friend she has a gelding and a mare. The mare is in foal right now. And I love them, but I don't know if I can justify that price when I can get an off the track thoroughbred that may or may not kill me, but it's okay. For anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000. So obviously, because they can't see well, they think nothing can see them too. It's ridiculous. So, I have been watching this lady's fjords though, Anna Marit, so we got Mina from her, which is the mare my friend has. And I drove up to Wisconsin with her. It spent the weekend and we picked up the horse and I went out in her field, and they're all live out there in a big herd. Stallions live with each other in the off season. They live with the mares during breeding season. It's a very naturalistic herd environment, and walk out in the field and you are mobbed by baby fjords. Like, I could live in that pasture because of all of the. So there was a foal that year named Ernston, and I really wanted him, but again, I couldn't justify the cost. And he's a 3-year-old now, and he was listed for sale for 30 grand. So I don't know. I don't earn that kind of money. So maybe if I sold a kidney. No, just kidding. But because I've been watching her babies, I have toyed with the idea that it would be worth it, because having a fjord, I am 51 now. The next horse I buy will be the horse that I ride until I cannot ride anymore. And so something a little shorter and a little less fast. But I currently have a 5-year-old thoroughbred, and he should carry me through another 10 years. So I guess in my 60s I'll get a fjord. Or by then my thoroughbred will be an old man and he'll behave. He already behaves, but they're definitely a different kind of horse. And the fjords, I think it's the coolest thing about them is that they're so much easy keepers. Their hooves are good. They grow plenty of winter coat. They don't have the health issues because we didn't do to them what we've done to the thoroughbreds and stuff. Debbie did not come for this horse discussion, by the way. So, Anna Marie, Debbie is new to junk journaling. So we have somebody else we can make part of our crazy world, which I think is awesome. I think it's funny though, because I have like a little tiny journal I made out of a biscuit box, a Walker's shortbread cookie box. And I showed it to somebody the other day, and the look people who don't get it make is insane. Like, I'm not sure how you can't understand that this is cute and it's fun. So, all right, Debbie, go to the Dollar Tree and try to find these. I got them like the first week they came out. They're right by the register. And we'll make a Rudolph journal. But if you can't find it, I'm going to do you have a printer? Bye, Tina. Have fun. Okay. I'm going to make a printable and put it on my Ko-Fi. And it'll be something similar to this. So you'll want to print it on some sort of at least decent cardstock, so it'll give it some bulk. But then we're going to use cardstock. And this is not 110 pounds, so I'll probably double it. Like what I did with this is 2 layers of 65-pound cardstock as the inside. And I didn't even do a great job. See, it looks like this. But by the time I put pockets and stuff, shh, only we'll know. Have fun, Tina, for real, but stay safe. Take an Uber home if you drink too much. So, red cardstock, or it could even be craft colored cardstock, something. And I'll make a printable tonight or tomorrow, and then the next time I come on live. And then Pam is the ginger cat lady. Anna Marie, what's your channel name? So we all have become like pals because we all chat in our chat boxes. And I like to do freebies when I do something like this because I think it's more fun to create together. And so it won't be exactly like this. Obviously, I'm not going to take a photo and steal somebody's art. I'll just make something cutesy that's a Rudolph, and we'll make, because I made this one. And we can make it so you don't have to learn to sew in signatures, or we can learn to sew in signatures. Oh, how is it that you don't have a channel? Okay, Anna Marich's just our biggest fan. She's awesome. And she's in Norway and tries to convince us to come over there, but then she sends us pictures of 20 inches of snow, and we decide we're definitely not coming in the winter. Unless I get a baby fjord out of the deal. Oh. So what is your channel about? Who's your mama? And what's it called? I'll write it down. Have you gone on live with any of us? I say that like I'm so far into this, 2 months. I guess I was thinking that because I've seen you've Zoom meetinged with us, and I thought like you were live on the Ginger Cat Club. Oh, I still should do the Friday. I didn't do our prompts, but what? It doubles when I add a smiley. That's ridiculous. Excuse me, I was chugging my now cold drink. Hi, Debbie Epps. We're just wrapping up, and I'm trying to get the other Debbie, who is Who's Your Mama, to tell us what her channel is. Well, we can all come. Is that your channel is named Who's Your Mama, though? Oh, also, Debbie, these are little playing card boxes that I was making journals with, and I was telling the other Debbie that we're going to put, I'm going to make a similar printable so that everybody can play along. Okay. Who's Your Mama 7? Oh, I will go check it out after. Let me see if I can. Am I able to do that since it's my channel? Pam! Oh my gosh. And everybody's here now. Oh, did the Defember thing end? Pam, look what I'm doing with the box from our cards. Hi, Roseanne. Or is it Rose? Roseanne. Pam, can you share her link since it looks like I made you a mod at some point? So I made all I did today was make my craft roulette card with some of my 49 to Market stuff. And an ephemera holder for some of my graphic 49 and Market stuff. So, and Anna Marit told me that I should definitely get a baby Fjord no matter what you say, Pam. And I think I'm going to throw my little flowers on here while we're chatting still. So I had to leave my van at my hairstylist yesterday, so I guess I have to drive back to that side of town to pick up my vehicle. But Tom is working on the house, so I'm not sure how this is going down on the tiny house, and I definitely do not want to stop him from doing work. So where do I put these? Oh, Who's Your Mama 7. And Debbie, Who's Your Debbie? Debbie Epps is kind of a big deal. So you should definitely go find her channel. And Pam, you need to look at the crap I got. Crap. You know what I mean. Stuff I got in my box because some of it is going to have to come to you because I can't use that much pink. So, who's your mama? Pam lives not very far from me. Okay. Are you going to dry or do I have to get out my hot glue gun? So you said this was pretty. Thank you so much, Debbie. And this is actually a journal I started in July for Junk Journal July UK. And it had set around and it needed a new spine. So the other night I put a new spine on it and then I pimped out the cover and then I played. And so I think it's one of the things I like about junk journaling is that like you can walk away from a project, it feels pretty done. And then later you get inspiration and you add more stuff to it. And it's there's nobody tells you can't. Occasionally you get somebody who says, I wish you would finish a project, right, Pam? She didn't say that. Somebody said it to her. Hi, Lindy K. Girl, you said orange terrorist. I thought you meant something different. I had a moment. Pam is the ginger cat lady, and she has an adorable kitten, shithead kitten. Nothing personal, because he's a kitten. That terrorizes her while she's working. So, yeah, I told her she has to come join us because we're like kind of a squad and we all play together. And Debbie is like 20 minutes from me now. So tell her how much. Yeah, she's here. Lindy, you're also in Northern Indiana, aren't you? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Right, Debbie? I was like, I thought we were not doing that on here. This is a rub-on from 49 in Market, which I had a bunch of them and I had been hoarding them instead of using them. And I basically dragged them all out and put them on paper so that now I have to use them because they have been put up. So, and here is, this is one of Pam's journals that I bought. So that's what Pam is working on her channel right now, are little golden book Christmas journals mostly. So, but Pam can tell you that before you go buy anything, ask me because I have all of the crap. Right, Pam? Hold on, Pam. I'm going to show you what I have to send you. So I got two basically identical mystery boxes. How unlucky for me. Carrie Paper Monkey Chat and Craft from yesterday. Okay. Can you see it, Pam? Lindy K. Anna Marit goes by Anna Marit, kind of like people who are Mary Jane do. So, yeah, exactly. So, but I got this, and then I got a mystery box last year, and literally this was in all three. So, this one's yours. Look at teeny file folders. A Santa salt shaker. Are you in the Chatty Crafters, Debbie? You need to send us the link. Look at, oh, this come to unglued, but you can reglue it. Uh-oh, flower flying at me. But look, I love that even the back pages of their stuff is beautiful. Well, playing around is 99% of it, I think. You know, Pam does interviews on Fridays, and you know, one of the things, you know, people will often, what do you do with it? Well, doing it is at least half for some people of the thing, because I find if I actually, that's not going back. Pam, it's not going back in the bag. She's new to junk journaling, Lindy. And Lindy, did you say yes, you are Indiana? Oh, Southern Indiana. Okay. We have somebody else that was on the hop that was like up by the region. For those that don't know, the region is the part of Indiana that touches Chicago, and they don't claim to be Hoosiers. They claim to be Chicagoans. Oh, lid. Put lid back on, Cheryl. Well, this is interesting. I need to clean my desk again. I do this. I clean my desk, and then it becomes a disaster, and I can't find anything. Because I made this guy, and I have 3 signatures made for it, and they are not with it. They're someplace else. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm finding that harder than you might think, finding books that aren't glued. And I have, one of my journals is made from pages that are glued, and I have accepted that sometimes is just what it is. Okay, so add this to your package, Pam. Where are those signatures? Pam, if you were hiding signatures from me, where would you put them? Need to photograph that for the... Somebody should keep track of what percentage of time I lose crap. Maybe I don't want to know. Oh, did I send you some of this paper? I need to start keeping better track of what I share with people. That way I don't keep sending you repeats. I'm going to put those in with the rest of my flowers. Awesome, awesome. Because, you know, I have some of every kind of ridiculous paper if I find it at the Goodwill, because I leave my house. Pam is retired, so she doesn't go to work every day, so she doesn't go out and about. So I share goodies I find on my forays with her. Pam is in California. I don't remember where Debbie Epps is. Oh, is it Lisa Jameson? Yeah. I kind of lost track. The chat for that got somewhat out of control for my keeping up abilities, because a lot of the chat happened while I was at work, and it is very hard for me to follow when I'm at work. Texan. Oh, I understand. I have anxiety. It does not keep me from leaving the house, but I do understand how that could be the case, because anxiety is not my friend. I think a lot of us that do crafting are, you know, we do it because it's a relaxing thing, and it is good for our mental health, if we have any mental health. Yeah. It does. I'm glad to know that you have critters there, because that helps, because then you're not just home alone. You've got little furry people. Yeah, I'm going to have to break down and actually tear this desk apart to get that done. So I do have to log off. I want to hang out and chat all day, but my husband and sister are down there working on the tiny house. So I should at least go see. I also promised my trainer that I would ride one of my other horses today in memory of Rain, because even though it's cold and yucky, that uh, I should do that. So bye, Debbie. Bye, other Debbie. It was very nice meeting you. For real, holler if you need anything. We're all very helpful. Well, most of us. I don't know. I haven't met anybody yet that isn't helpful, but they're here, I'm sure. And I don't know Lindy Kay as well as I know the others. Of course, you are welcome, especially with a fellow Hoosier. I mean, even if you're an IU fan, Hoosier, I still like you. Purdue grad, so just a joke. I'm so close to Bloomington. The amount of dirty looks I get I have like a Purdue license plate and everything. So I get the looks for sure. Also, enjoy that my nails are nicely done, because after I ride horses today, that'll be gone. Who is staring at our mailbox? So I can see my driveway, like see the road from where I'm at, and this guy's slowing down looking at the mailboxes. I think he's going to the neighbors, but keep rolling, creepy guy. Right. She's on. It's 1 a.m. our time, Pam. So mostly I sometimes come on with her and then I go to sleep, and then in the morning we wake up and Pam is still on, just so you know. So if you also have insomnia, come hang out with Pam. Pam is the cat lady, by the way. She's super fun and super awesome. I mean, like 90% as awesome as me. It's okay. It takes a while to remember everybody's names. It's why I asked your name though, is we most of us do. Oh, stop. You're going to make me gag. Stop. I wasn't being nice. Hateful, remember me. All right. Have fun, guys. Oh, we also act like 12-year-old boys most of the time. So if that kind of stuff, bring your earplugs or your eye mask. Generous, not nice. Right. I don't need anybody thinking I'm nice. That's crap. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks for hanging out. Take some deep breaths. Let the sun shine on your face, even if you don't leave the house, and go kiss some chickens for me. All right. See you guys later tonight. I'm going to go, I guess, sand drywall. Hugs, Pam. Thanks for stopping me from buying a pony last night. I can't promise about tonight, though. Bye, guys.